For all things Halloween, this is hauntformer, and everyone, happy 4th of July to you all. For those who live in the amazing country of the United States of America, today we celebrate our freedom, our independence. It's such an important holiday, and I'm so glad to live in the United States. If you aren't one of my subscribers who lives in the United States, today is our Independence Day in America. It's a very monumental day that we love to celebrate here. If you didn't know, The Purge 4 just hit theaters. That's right, and it's called The First Purge. So today, we're going to review just that movie. Let's talk about The First Purge. So The First Purge is the fourth installment in the Purge franchise, obviously. It revolves around the beginning of the Purge, where it all came from. Basically, the new founding fathers are put in office. You know, we have the Republicans, the Democrats, but the new founding fathers is a brand new political party. And there's this scientist, this psychologist, who thinks that the Purge will actually benefit society. So what they do is they allow people in low-income areas, in kind of, not really high-class areas, if you will, to get financial compensation for staying, one, on the island of New York, and two, can get even more financial compensation, more moolah, if they participate in the Purge. But what happens is, not a lot of people are participating, so they have to get these, assassins, these gangs, to get involved with the Purge, and it kind of unfolds from there. So, what do I have to personally say about the Purge, about the First Purge? I'm going to be completely honest, you guys. I didn't like this movie, okay? I am a huge fan of the other Purge movies. I think they're all very ingenious and interesting, and the first starting plot of this film was very unique, and I'm like, ooh, I can see this being really interesting, and they took it in a really, just not an entertaining direction, in my opinion. Now, my friend Jared, who I've had featured on my channel before, and some other people that I've talked to, said that they really like this movie. It's more of an entertaining film. It's more out there. It's more bizarre. And I get where you're coming from, you guys. I completely get that this movie may not have to be taken seriously. However, being a fan of the Purge trilogy at this point, and now quadrilogy, I guess? I don't know. Seeing that the other Purge movies were definitely more suspenseful, more horror, this film is very much a action movie, in my opinion. Much more action-based than horror. It has a few horror elements, but on the whole, it didn't really give me many scares at all. In fact, I actually laughed a few times because some things got super ridiculous. I don't want to get into too many spoilers for this review, but honestly, the biggest spoiler that the government was actually hiring people to participate in the Purge was given to us in the trailer. In the trailer that everyone saw, we already know the biggest plot twist in the film. So, that was already a letdown. The movie was trying to be a political, partially political satire and partially a political statement in this film. However, if you want a social or political statement to be in your film, you have to make sure that the film itself, the plot, the writing, the characters, everything is solid before you can start making social statements. Take two great political or social movies, in my opinion, the recent film Get Out and the old 80s film They Live. Two movies that give statements in both of the films, but they also are entertaining movies by themselves. This movie feels like it's pushing too much of its own agenda and not giving a valuable movie in the end. Besides just the story elements that didn't make sense, and there's a lot of plot holes and things that really don't make any sense. The characters aren't very well written, in my opinion. You don't really get to know any of them that well, other than the fact that they're just in the Purge. And I didn't like the editing, actually. I wasn't a huge fan of the editing. It was kind of choppy. There was a lot of music in the movie, and not music that I'm necessarily a fan of. And this movie, I believe it's rated R. I'm not 100% positive, but I'm 99% sure because this movie swears a lot. And, you know, I can tolerate swearing in a movie. Personally, I don't swear. But for a movie to use so much profanity for really no reason other than to have it in the film really kind of bummed me out. I was a big fan of the Purge series, and I'm not exactly sure if the Purge series will continue because of this film. On possibly a positive note, at the end of the movie, it's revealed that there will be a Purge miniseries on TV, which I might try to get into, but then again, if it keeps following the storyline that the fourth movie, the First Purge, rather, was trying to set up, I don't know if I'll be interested. Again, this is all my opinion, so some of you out there might really love the First Purge, and please tell me why in the comments below, and I would love to hear your opinions about it. But personally, in my opinion, it wasn't very entertaining, it wasn't well written, and it didn't hold up to the Purge name. That being said, I'm giving the First Purge a 2 out of 5 skulls. Well, what did you think about the First Purge? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Leave your comments below. And remember, as always, for all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer.